Welcome back to Ben's Trains. It's going to be a layout update, an estate update, and just a general update for Ben's Trains for February of 2023. Here on the bridge scene, you can see that I've moved one of the excavators over, and it looks like it's tearing things up, but this is the fun that you can have with a model railroad. I'm not really going to take this bridge away. I've just taken out the underlying supports, and when I find an appropriate steel structure to put underneath it to make it a little bit more modern, I'll leave it as such. But it fits the area well. It's designed to fit here. Just the under support didn't work for what I want to run on the layout, and hey, it's my layout. I can do whatever I want with it. Anyway, moving on here. Not much going on here. Just the test train still sitting in the farm loop. I'm bidding on some items for the cornfield here that'll eventually go here. I'm bidding on a combine right now. We'll see if I win it. As you can see, the upper deck is moving along, track out to the edge here. There's a small bridge that'll span the expanse here. Other than that, I'm just working on a few little updates. There's a plan for what I want to do with the stacked loop that goes on top of this. Unfortunately, I can't use the circus loop the way it's built up right now because it swings the other way. So instead of my circus loop, instead of going this way, it's like being more this side, it's more this way, so it doesn't fit into the layout. The loops were designed opposite when I was still part of the belt line. Other than that, anyway, we're just doing some upgrades to underneath here. I'm using T-nuts now to connect it, so this whole section's all bolted together. So it splits here, and then you can get off there. This side is slip joints, so this center section of track comes out. And this side, I'm actually trying, it's a full piece of flex track all the way through here with alignment pins in here. And it keeps this area is all glued down. And I cut it on an angle to fit. And it actually works out real well. I just have track nails buried in various places with extra holes holding it all down. It's actually working really well. Yeah, so I'm just in the middle of running power feeds underneath to everything. That's all I'm really doing right now. Yeah, so not much going on with the actual railroad itself. Still a little construction zone going on here with the hill that I'm taking out. There is going to be a structure that's going to go here eventually. I'm not fully sure what it's going to be yet, but I do have something in mind for this corner. It's kind of a little industrial sector under here. It's one of the old T-loops. From one of the old T units from the Beltline days. But yeah, we're getting closer to being able to run trains around the entire layout down here. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll fill you guys in on what's going on with the estate. Okay, so here we are upstairs in the office. This is where I do most of video editing and stuff like that. I'm still learning iMovie, so that's what I edit all of my videos on, merging them together. Anyway, there's a few projects here on the desk. This is an old Walthers auto rack. As you can see, I've taken one of my graffiti decals and I'm trying it out on this car. The car didn't cost me that much, so I want to perfect my technique before I try it out on a more expensive car. Other than that, I've just put the decal on for now and it's awaiting the next steps. I'm going to do some weathering on it and such. Other than that, I've got a couple of the reefers here from Union Pacific. I put graffiti decals on them, so this is just one. And then this one was very subtle in its weathering. And I've just used the white pigment and I've dulled down the car a bit. I actually like the way that it's come out, but again, I don't look at prototypical photos that often, but I look at them for inspiration just to kind of see, and I actually found the one that actually has this exact decal on it, not the unit number, not the correct car number, but I actually found it. So that graffiti decal is actually running around on the rails. This one's just fun. I liked it, so I put it on the other side. Anyway, that's this one. I'm still working away on it, still playing with them. They're nice big, they're a nice canvas to have to work on. The cars weren't overly expensive once upon a time, but now they're getting a little bit more pricey. This one I really dirtied up. It's like it's been sitting there. It's been getting beaten up on the side. So maybe not so prototypical, but anyway, it is my railroad and I can do what I want with it. But at the end of the day, so this was a lot darker. So what I did is I took that white pigment and I just dulled it over the entire car. You can see I used some of the graffiti decals on here as well. But anyway, yeah. So just trying some stuff out. I just rubbed a little bit of powder on the trucks there. But yeah, so this one's obviously just going to be a dull white. That one's going to be really dirty. Got some more cars up on the rack there to work on. Last time I showed you an update, I was working on these ore cars. I painted all the trucks, replaced all the wheels with metal wheels, and I put knuckle couplers on them. I have a whole bin of knuckle couplers, so I didn't really use KDs for all of them, but basically what I did is I used KDs where they counted. So on the end of the actual car, there's a set of KDs there. Anyway, moving on. So there's 13 of these, I believe, plus 4 other ones. So I think I have like a train of like 17, 15 around there. But hey, who's keeping count? It's a fun hobby. Yeehaw. Moving on. So in a previous video, I showed you guys that there was an estate for sale out of a family member, plus a few of my items are going in it. So this box is prepped and ready for eBay. It is going to be going up on eBay initially. There's some locomotives in there. There's a bunch of cars, various styles of cars in there. But they're all waiting. I want to get a few more things set up, and then I'll put a batch out and see what happens. But here's the rest of it, just sitting on nothing up here. This is all my stuff that I was working on. So we got a bunch of Atlas. We got some Athearn Blue Box. Some of this is not in the right boxes because there were no boxes that came with some of it. So some of it's kits. A couple Truline train items there. Some Walther train line. They were actually really good once upon a time. Some Atlas out of my collection that are going to go. That's a custom run from a club that I used to belong to. I ended up with double sets. So I'm keeping one set's up for sale. Some Atlas, some Trains Canada, some Bowser, some Athearn, some more Athearn, some KD cars. So we got lots of stuff to choose from. This is some older stuff. It's going to go out as a package deal, some of that. I just haven't gotten there yet. It's a lot to do for you guys that do a lot of eBay. My hat is off to you. It's a lot of work to get all this stuff ready to go. And then I haven't even gotten into the buildings yet. And they're all in here. So there's various buildings that have been packaged by myself. I made sure that they were put away. This one actually came out of another box. And it's just been put in here for now. So I used all my paper shredding was used to protect it all in transit, and I have bubble wrap and everything else for it. This is actually some memorabilia and photos. I might put some of it up. I might not. We'll see. I might put a couple pieces in my train room. But we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this update of Ben's Trains. Yeah. Just working along, working through projects. That's mine up there, so that's not part of the estate. And then Anything on the arm of the chair is part of mine, and that box is a building that was gifted to me out of the estate. So, but yeah, that's it for February's update. Talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.